Well, hello, Move Easy Movers. Welcome to Move Easy Yoga with Kathy. Today is Saturday, May 20th already. We're heading towards the end of May, or whatever date you're listening or watching this YouTube video. So today's focus is going to be our middle torso. So back is included, legs are included. There'll be a little bit of that. As far as props, your trusty chair or couch, whatever you put behind your head when you're head ramping, and maybe a block for support during a bridge, if you use one. So we're going to go ahead and start in our usual manner with our legs up on a chair. So get into position. We're going to be there for 7 minutes. That is called, by the way, a static rest, and it puts your lower back in traction. Your legs are on the chair, your hips are a few inches away in neutral position, so you have that natural curve of your spine. Your arms are wherever they're most comfortable, support for your head if you need it. And actually, if you have lower back issues or lower back pain, which I get sometimes when I stand too much, this is a good position to be into. My sister-in-law came over the other night for dinner and she had lower back pain. So I set her up on this while we were making dinner or getting dinner together. And she was there for about 10 minutes. And when she got up, she said her back didn't hurt anymore. So it's a nice thing to do. So use this time to bring yourself, your awareness into your yoga space. It's a silent, sort of a silent meditation. We're going to be here for 7 minutes. And here we go. Okay, time is up. Stay where you are. And you'll want to, if you choose, you can roll your tongue under the roof of your mouth and slowly move your head from right to left about 5 times. Now finish up. We're going to do our vagus nerve reset. I think we're all familiar with this. Your head is forward. You're just moving your eyes. So you start by moving your eyes to the right and wait for that sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. We're trying to activate the vagus nerve that runs down the side of the skull. Happens right away for me. And, oh, excuse me, have a itch. And then eyes forward again. And then move just your eyes to the left and wait for that sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Now do this 2 more times on each side without my cueing. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Finish up. The next thing we're doing is head ramping. So if you want, you can put something under your head other than whatever support you have right now. Set of therapy balls, a sponge ball. Now you can also sit up for this, and you can either do it in this position, supine, or you can do it sitting up. So the idea is to press the occipital ridge, that bony part between your ears that runs along your scalp line, away from your body. If you're lying down, it's towards the floor. If you're sitting up, it would be towards the back wall. This is to reverse what we call text neck, telephone neck. We're always looking down at our devices. We want to reverse that movement. So it's pulling my hair. Just bear with me. There it is. Okay, so what we'll want to do is press and hold for a few seconds. And then release. We'll do this 4 more times. Press and hold. We're just pressing the back of our neck. The chin follows, but it's not a chin tuck. And release. And press. And hold. This is a good thing to do on a daily basis. Release. And press. Hold. And release. One more. Press. Hold. And release. Good job. All right. Now, the breathing exercise today is extended exhale breathing. I like this one. It's very relaxing. Actually had a little bit of trouble going to sleep last night, and I was doing this exercise, and before I knew it, I was gone. So anyway, the idea is that you take a normal inhale and you count your inhale. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the exhale, you try to make longer than the inhale, preferably at least twice as long. If you don't make it twice as long, that's fine. It's something to practice. But you just stretch out the inhale. And I find that making a circle with your mouth, like you're blowing out candles, extends that breath. And it makes it easier to make it longer. So everybody is different on their inhale and exhale. So we're going to do one, and then I'll give you time to do yours on your own. So inhale and exhale. Now do 3 or 4 more on your own. I'll give you a few minutes for that. Okay, finish up. The next thing we're doing is the vacuum. Now you can keep your legs on your chair or couch if you choose, or you can move the chair away or move away from the couch and do it with legs extended. That happens to be my preference, but you can do whatever works for you. So with the vacuum, and the purpose of this is to build strength in our pelvic floor. We take a normal inhale, and then we exhale everything out of our lungs and you press your lower back, your belly button towards the floor and tighten up that area, and then hold it for the count of 10. And then we'll release. We'll do this about 4 or 5 times, maybe only 4. So take a normal inhale, and then exhale everything out of your lungs. Press your belly button to the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Give yourself a minute to get your breath back to normal. Takes a few seconds. And then a normal inhale through your nose. And then exhale everything out. Press your belly button to the floor. That flattens your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. Give yourself a minute to let your breath get back to normal. A normal inhale. Exhale everything out. Push your belly button down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. Let your breath come back to normal. We'll do this one last time. It's really good for the pelvic floor. Take an inhale, normal inhale through your nose. Now exhale, push everything out of your lungs. Press your belly button down towards the floor and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Okay. Now come on up to a sitting position. Take your time. We're going to do our regular stretches that we do to warm up. So sitting in the middle of your mat, preferably. We're going to do the side bend with the lat stretch. It's a 40-second hold. So you slide your hand along the mat. Other hand comes up and over. You want to try to make a C shape as much as possible. The upper hand, the back is facing towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch on your left side. Come on down with your upper arm until it's parallel to the floor. Should feel a different kind of a stretch. Just be aware of where you're feeling it. I'm feeling it down my arm all the way to my waist. And arm up, torso up. Okay, other side. Arm along the mat, other hand comes up and over. You may find you can lean more on one side than the other. That's the way we're built. You now lower that upper arm till it's parallel. Should feel a different sensation in your side or your back. Reach for that wall. There you go. Arm up, torso up. Good job. Let's switch our legs. We're going to do the spine rotation. You're all familiar with this one. Your left hand is on your right knee. Your right hand is behind you. Spider fingers are on your fingertips. Rotate your spine to the right. And just be aware of where you're feeling this. You've got your options. You can move your head left and right. You can move your ribs, torso left and right. Don't do them both at the same time, one and then the other. Or you can just enjoy the stretch. Keep your back straight, shoulders back. Good posture. Okay, come on around. We're going to do the other side. Right hand on left knee, left arm behind you. Rotate your spine. Remember all your options with your head or your rib cage. And just enjoy this stretch. I like this one. It's a good warm-up. Shoulders back, back straight. Head held high. There you go. Come on around. And let's just switch our legs again for the heck of it. It's always good just to move them around when we're sitting like this. So the third thing we're going to do is basic torso circles, which is you can make them as big or as small as you choose. We're going to go one direction and then the other. So I'll tell you when to switch. So you can make them smaller, but move slowly, or you can make them a little larger, keeping your back straight. Don't hunch, shoulders back, good posture. You're just moving your back like a stick. We're going to switch direction in just a minute here. This is good for the back and the hips. Okay, now change your direction. And we want to move kind of slowly so we can register. You want to keep your back as straight as possible. No slouching. We don't slouch in Move Easy. We have good posture. Okay. There we go. Good job, guys. Now we're going to do our standing portion right away. So find a wall or door or whatever you find. Give me 2 seconds to set up here. So here we are at our wall with our back to the wall. We're going to do the back bend. Our arms come up. And hopefully you can put at least your fingertips on the wall when you're doing this. You want to keep your back straight. Try not to arch. We're just stretching our back out. It's a 40-second hold. So up we go. Keep your elbows as close to your head as you can, although if you have shoulder issues, you may have to come out, and that's okay. When my shoulder was having an issue, I had to come out on one of them. Your feet are forward. I'm going to keep your head up, look straight ahead. And that's 40 seconds. Come on down. We're going to do the spine twist, similar to what we did on the floor, but this time we're standing. So right foot forward, left foot back. Elbows at your sides. Rotate and put your palms on the wall. This again is a 40-second hold. Actually very good for the back. Okay, come on around. We're going to do the other side. Left foot forward, right foot back. Hold on. Yeah, set my timer. Elbows at your waist. And then rotate. And put your palms on the wall. We hold this for 40 seconds because holding it for this long actually does bone building, which is always a good thing. On your own time, if you're doing this, you can hold it for up to a minute if you can. The longer the better, but 40 seconds is the minimum. So there we go. Now, the third thing we're doing in this particular triplet is your wall sit. So you want to find a solid wall. I can't do it on my closet door. And just your back is against the wall. Now, you come down as low or as not low as you care to. This can be very difficult if you're going very low, but we're just going to be sitting with our back against the wall. So our back, the back of our head is also against the wall. So we are flat from the hips up to the wall. That's our support. And we're going to be sitting here for 30 seconds. So just go as low as what is comfortable for you. Your feet are flat. And you want to be pressed against the wall for support. And just come down as low as what is comfortable. Everybody's different on this. You want to make sure that your whole back and the back of your head is against your wall. 2 seconds. There we go. That wasn't so bad, was it? Okay, back to the mat. And we are going to be supine again. So you want your head support. And need to adjust this. Okay. So we're going to start with just basic windshield wipers. Your feet are about hip width apart on this. We're just warming up here. So we're just going to do, we don't need to go all the way to the floor. Just maybe halfway down. We're going to do this for about 40 seconds just to warm up. Just a nice and easy back and forth. We're not moving real fast. We're not going very far. We're just warming up, kind of stretching a little. I know I have a tendency to speed my movements up, but we want to be moving slowly and consciously. Be aware of what we're doing. Okay. That's enough warm-up. And now we're going to do what's called the dead bug. The dead bug is, well, it's similar to the dead bug is actually this. That's the pose. But we're going to do something similar, which is raising our left leg and our right arm, and then down, and then I said left leg, right arm, right leg and left arm. I'm sorry, I'm so confused. Okay, right leg, left arm, there we go, and down, and then left leg, right arm, and down. So we're going to do this, what did I say? Oh, 5 or 6 times, but with awareness. So left leg, right arm, down. Right leg, left arm, down. 1, 2. Believe it or not, this is core work. 3, 4, 5. 1 more. 6. Now, this is core work. I mean, I could feel it in my abdomen. So if in your home practice, if you want to do like 10, as long as you're not hurting yourself, it's a good, gentle core work warm-up. And this next one, you might want to take the support away from your head if you can. I call it the scapula stretch. Now, if you have one of these, one of her bands, this would come in handy. But if you don't, it's no big deal. We put our arms up, palms facing each other, fingertips towards the ceiling, and just raise our shoulders, raise our scapulas, and then lower them to the ground. And then raise them and lower them. We're going to do this 5 or 6 times. So up and down, up and down. 3. The only thing moving, actually, the only thing we're moving are our scapulas. The rest of your arm is just coming along for the ride. 4, 5, 6. Okay. And again, in your home movement, if you have something long and firm you can put behind your back, that might make this movement easier. Okay, now we're going to the next movement. Our legs are out, and we're going to be holding one leg to the chest, extending it, and then holding the other leg to your chest. That's the movement. We'll do this for 40 seconds. Is that right? Yeah, 40 seconds. So start with your right leg, and then your left leg. Your right leg. Left leg. Again, we're not moving fast. We're taking it just a steady, slowish pace. All right, there we go. Okay, the next movement is bending your leg and straightening it. You might think this is a leg movement, but I can actually feel it in my lower ab, which is where I really need it. So we're going to do each leg 10 times. So the right leg bends and straightens. The left leg bends and straightens. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you heard my knee crack. They do that all the time. 4. It doesn't hurt. It's been doing it since I was a kid. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 1 more. 10. There you go. All right. Okay, now this next one is the bridge pose, and this is where your brick comes in, if you need one. You want to bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor, and if you like, lift your hips up and put the brick under your hips. If you're not using a brick, this is what I want you to do, is just push down with your feet and raise your hips just a little bit off the floor. Now I'm feeling this in my hamstring, which tightened up on me just now. But you want to just push with your feet and just raise a little bit and then come on down. If you're using the brick and you're up like this, push with your feet and lift your hips just a little bit off the brick if you can, and then come back down. But whichever you do is up to you. But what we're going to do is we're going to hold that position. Now, if you're not using a brick, you're not coming all the way up. You're just coming up a little bit. Just enough to like put your hand under there. But we're going to hold that position for 40 seconds. So here we go. Up. Hold. So just enough to put my hand under there. It's a lot different than coming all the way up. I actually do feel this in both my hamstrings. But this is also good for the torso, the core. You're just up just a little bit. There we go. Come on down. Okay. All right. Now, this next movement is your legs are up. Now they can be bent or they can be straight. It's up to you. What we're going to do is we're going to move them apart and then together. So whichever position works for you. For me, it's like halfway. We're going to do this 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Good job. All right. Okay, now we're going to go to tabletop. So be gentle with yourself. Take your time and come to a tabletop position. Now, normally I tell you when you're in tabletop, you can come down to your elbows, but it might work if you do want to come down to your elbows. What we're doing is we're going to do scapula, what's called scapula push-ups. And if you need cushions under your knees, go ahead and do that. If you need to roll down the mat or put something under your hands so your wrists don't hurt, go ahead and do that. But what we're doing is our hands are directly below our shoulders. Our back is straight, and we're just going to come down with our upper torso. You'll feel your scapulas kind of coming together and sort of hugging each other. And then you come up. We're not hunching when we come up. We're just coming up to straight. So we go down and then up. So we're going to do that slowly for 40 seconds. So down and then up and down and then up. So you should feel your scapula coming together and then apart. Now you can do this when you're on your elbows. It's not quite as effective, but you can still do it. You want to go down and then up. So nothing else is moving. There you go. All done. Come on. All right. Now the next thing we're doing is the cat-cow, which is the cat is you are rounded. The cow is your shoulders and tailbone are up and your belly button is pushing towards the floor. So, and whichever way you want to breathe during this, I inhale for the cat as I round my shoulders and my hips, and then I exhale for the cow. So you want to, if you can, regulate your breath with this movement. And again, we're doing this for 40 seconds. Okay, that's that. The last thing I want you to do, if you choose, is you're going to keep everything from the waist up stationary. You're just going to move your hips from right to left, like you're wagging your tail. You want to do it slowly. We're not wagging like a dog would, but we're just moving our hips from, it's hard to see, I know, but you're just moving your hips from the waist down from right to left. And again, we're going to do that for 40 seconds. And do it fairly slowly, like go to the right, go to the left, go to the right, Go to the left. Five seconds. Okay, good job. Now let's come on down prone to do our back bends. So let me move my mat just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do the back bend with arms. You need to put something under your hips, your knees, any part that's bony, please do. So the position is face down with your arms at your sides. We'll take a breath and then we'll come up. Our head is in a head ramping position, so we're looking at the floor, palms towards the ceiling. We're going to hold this position for 40 seconds and then come on down. Then we'll do it again. Come up, come out like an airplane, hold that position for 40 seconds, and then come down. So here we go. So you want to take an inhale to prepare and exhale. Come on up, looking at the floor. Like I said, your head is in a head ramping position. Your palms are facing the ceiling. If you feel this in your lower back, you want to lower yourself a little. If you don't, and you feel good about it, go ahead and raise yourself up a little. So this is also an excellent bone building. And it works your lower back, your torso, your neck, all kinds of things. Oh, and I forgot the time. We'll call it 40 seconds. Come on down, take a breath, and come on down. Oh, man. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. So take an inhale to prepare. And exhale, come on up. Okay, now we know we're coming in for 40 seconds. So remember, if you feel it in your lower back, you want to lower yourself a little bit. If you need to come down, come on down, and then come back up. If you can, though, you want to raise yourself up if you can. 2 seconds. Take an inhale and come on down. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to do the airplane. So take an inhale and exhale. Come on up. Same position as before with your head. Take an inhale. Exhale, arms at your sides, palms facing down. Hold this position. You're an airplane flying through the air. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, come on down. Okay. Now we're going to do one thoracic spine twist on each side. This is the one where your arms are at a T. You want to keep both shoulders on the floor. We'll start out the left, look towards the left, and lift your left leg up. Again, keeping both shoulders on the floor. You can do whatever you want from the waist down. Both shoulders stay on the floor. You don't have to reach over and touch the floor on the other side of your other leg, but you can if you want. Come on down with that leg. And we'll do the other leg, face towards the right. Raise your right leg. And wave it in the air like you just don't care. And flex and point your foot, rotate your ankle, bend your knee. And come on down. Okay. Well, that's it. So let's go ahead and get ready for Yoga Nidra. You can be in any position you choose to be. Pick one that's very comfortable for you. Want to make sure that you're either warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. Might want to put something over your eyes. This is a guided meditation. It's going to take you through several areas of your body. I will guide you to systematically move your attention through internal points as I mention them. Allow your awareness to flow to these points without moving any part of your body. Go ahead and begin with your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and flows, rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, the center of your throat, your right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. So begin to wiggle and stretch. If your knees are bent, stretch them out. Stretch your arms out overhead. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch your right side and your left side and both sides. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. First one way and then the other. Now straighten your left leg, hold your right leg, right knee to your chest. Thank you, knee, for all you do. Straighten that leg. Hold your left knee to your chest. Thank you, knee. I appreciate you. Straighten that leg. Hold both knees to your chest and rock back and forth slowly. Feel that massage on your back, your internal organs. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll towards the camera using your lower arm as a pillow support. This is our gratitude moment. And take a few seconds here to thank ourselves for doing this for ourselves for an hour. This is how we do self-care, part of it. It's a very important part. I want to thank you all. I'm grateful for you all for joining me. And I'm just grateful that I can move. I know so many people that can't. Okay, now when you're ready, go ahead and come up to a seating position. I'm going to switch my view to gallery so I can see everyone. You might want to unmute yourself. Hands to our heart. Let's push our hands together for just a minute. Feel some of that scapula shoulder work we did. And then loosen. Again, I want to thank you for joining me today in some intelligent movement. I hope it helped you start your day out. And we can end our class by saying to each other, namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys.
Well, thank you.